Good morning. Today we are going to study with a new topic which is known as responsive design. Can anyone say that what do you mean by responsive design? Responsive design is nothing but when you design a web page that has to be fit for your tablet, it should fit for your windows of different sizes, phones of different companies of different sizes. That is what we are going to call it as a responsive design. Okay. Responsive design is nothing but where you're going to create a web pages. No, that web pages should display equally well in everything. Like it should be displayed equally for your tablets, for your Chromebooks, for your laptops of 13 inches or 14 inches, or for your phones of different companies with the different sizes. That we are going to call it as a responsive design. Here you can check it out. How to create the responsive design. First, liquid layouts, we have to come up with that concept. Next, scaling images to the viewport size, setting a viewports with the meta tag. And next, which one is customizing your CSS for different viewports using media queries. As you know that yesterday we have studied about your liquid layouts. Now, scaling of your images with the viewport, using of a meta tag. With the meta tag, we are going to specify your CSS. Okay. In the meta tag, we are going to specify your viewport. Okay. See here, setting of viewports by had come up in the sense, viewport means it is a visible area. Like whether it is in 13 inches screen or 3.5 inches screen or 6 inches screen of mobiles, or like that, it is going to be set in your visible area. Okay, the viewport will be visible, will be varied from one version of your mobile to the another versions, or from one device to the another device. Okay, if you go for the Samsung like folder thing, that is, it is a 7 inches phone. Whereas coming to your OnePlus 6, it is around 5, I hope, 5 inches screen. Like this. When you open the same page in the either in the OnePlus or in the Samsung phone, that has to be visible very clearly. And that has to be fit all the components in that particular page. Like that. So if you want to work on it, how to work in the sense, the syntax goes like this here. We have a tag called meta tag. In that meta tag, we are going to use 3 attributes. One is name, another one is content, another one is initial scale. Okay, where name is equal to viewport. Where name is equal to viewport. In the sense, it is going to gives an instruction to your browser in such a way that all the controlling of your dimensions of your web browser. Okay, viewport in the sense it is going to give a instructions for your browser to check your dimensions of your web browser or a browser of that particular. Next, content is equal to, width is equal to device width. In the sense, what it specifies in the sense, it specifies the width of your device, whether it can be a OnePlus, whether it can be a Samsung, whether it can be a laptop. It left to the code. Okay, it specifies the width of your system or device. Next, initial scale is equal to 1.0. What is going to happen here in the sense, we are going to initialize your zoom level. We are going to initialize your zoom level when your page first loaded by your browser. Like it should be is equal to 1.0. Usually we are going to set initial scale is 1.0 for every time. Now we will see with the responsive design code. See here, you can check it out where meta port has been done. It is placed within your header part. You can come across here whatever I have explained, this meta tag data that is placed within the header part. Rest the body contains your some content with the one image. It contains some image and some content that has to be. Now I'm going to explain the, I'll run this code. Now you can check it out. See, now it is set it to the full width. When I minimize it to the screen, now you can check out where it will be visible to this particular screen size. Even though if I increase my width of the page, see, even though if I increase my width of the page, the image also is going to be growing. If I maximize it completely, the width is also maximizing. This is what we are going to call it as a responsive. Using of your one single tag, we can make our data more responsive. Is it clear for everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, the same thing again, we have some responsive images. How to make our images responsive? The same data I have pasted here, meta name is equal to some content which I have pasted. You can check it out here. I have pasted images within the tag called picture tag, where I have a tag called picture. Within that picture, I have specified it. Okay. You can check it out here. Source tag. In the source tag, I have two attributes. One is source set, another one is media. The source set specifies the location of your image, where media specifies that if your maximum width is 600 pixels, what is the image you have to display. If the maximum width is 900 pixels of your browser, what is the image you have to specify. If your maximum width of 1000 pixels, what is an image you have to display? It is showing here. Okay, now I will run it here and you can check it out. Okay, here you can check it out. There is some image with this. When I resize it, I'm going to get another image. See, when I resize it, I'm going to get another image. In the sense, when the size of your browser changes, the image is also changing. When I increase my browser size, it is increasing differently. When I increase some other browser, it is changing. When I increase it, it is changing. When I decrease, it also changes. See, it is changing. This is how your responsive images are going to be set. Is it clear for everyone how to change your images? Students, I'm asking for you people, whether are you understanding what I'm teaching?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can anyone say that what is the tag I have to use for responsive design? If I want to create a responsive design for your web page, what is the tag I have to use in a header part? What is the tag name?
Meta.
Meta is the tag name where you are going to use it. In that, I have three attributes. One is name, content, and initial scale. Okay, if I want to make your pictures visibility in the different widths of your browser, at that time, what is the tag name I have to use?
Source set.
Source set. Next, media queries. What do you mean by media queries? Can anyone say me? Media queries is nothing but, suppose example, if you want to apply CSS for some particular devices, like example, if you are using iPhone of 3.5 screen inches, if your maximum width is 3.5 screen inches, what is the colors I have to apply for that particular phone? If my screen size is 5 inches, what is the colors or what is the CSS properties I have to apply for that particular phone? To use that, we are going to use media queries. Okay, it is another key component for your responsive design. Why? Because when the screen size is 3 inches, I have to apply some CSS properties. The same way, when my screen size is of 5 inches, I want to apply some different sizes. So we are going to use media queries. Okay, what is the syntax of your this media queries? In the sense, we are going to use @media. We are going to use @media. Is that I mean, I can say that it is a variable or an property. I can say for this. Okay, I'm going to use an @media. Based on this, I'm going to specify the CSS properties for different devices. Okay, here you can check it out. Body, usually at that time, background colon red it will be. Okay, here you can check it out. As usually, I have specified the meta type. Why? Because if I want to make a responsive, to check that, I have specified that. Okay, now you can check it out. @media, this is the property where I can specify for any devices. @media, only screen with a maximum width is 480 pixels. If your screen is 480 pixels, background color will be green. You can apply any other properties, but here I make use of only background color. Okay, here I make use of only background color. The same thing I have specified @media. Whenever you want to apply any CSS properties, you have to make use of @media. Okay, only screen, and if minimum width is 481 pixels and maximum width is 768 pixels, then your background color should be blue. Okay, you can specify in between ranges, minimum width as well as of your maximum width. So at that time it will be blue color. As the same way, @media, only screen and minimum width is 769 pixels, then your background color should be yellow. Okay, rest everything, just I have written some content in the body part, that's it. Have you understood how to apply this media queries part? Have you applied? I mean, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Only Viha is responding. What about the others? Ramya Shri?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Neha?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Prabhat? Naveen? Bakshi? Nachiket?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood the concepts which I have taught now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Manoj? Manoj? Vishnu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So when I execute this code, you can check it out how it is going to be apply your properties. So usually for this it is yellow color. Now when resize it, See, now it is red color, yellow color. I have only this colors for this maximum width I can have. Okay, the same way you can apply for different colors. Media queries, open with Notepad. Okay, you can apply for your different colors. Like I'm getting a yellow color for minimum width is 769. Another one is I'm getting red color. That's it. So for green 80, we should have minimum width is 480 pixels. Later to get a blue, you should have 481 pixels with the and 768. In between range you should have. Okay. This is about your media queries. Next, grade system. Grade system is nothing but just generating of a table, but in the table is different, but here is different. Okay, grid system in the sense here we are going to work with the form of table and rows. In this is what your grid system. Your grid system, this is what your grid system. This grid system we are developing based on the tag which is known as div tag. Okay, if you want to develop a grid system, we are going to develop the grid system with the div tag. We have smart things to develop your grid system, but they have given to develop only with your div tag. So I'm explaining for you people only with the div tag. We have very smart concepts to develop your grid systems. Okay. Now grid systems make it easier to create a multi-column layouts. In this, like example, we have bootstrap concepts. In that bootstrap concepts, we have 12 columns grid. Like example, if you have this web browser, in this web browser, it is going to have 12 columns. We are going to have like this 12 columns of your browser if you're using Bootstrap. The same way if you're using a Blueprint, we have 24 columns. We have 24 columns. Understood? These are the two different concepts we have. Bootstrap uses 12 column grid and Blueprint uses 24 column grid. But most of the times our web developers are going to use Bootstrap. Most of the times our developers are going to use Bootstrap. But now here I'm not going to use any Bootstrap concept or a Blueprint concept. Just I'm going to develop my grid only with the div tag. Just read the content here. Okay, where the second statement says how to develop your grid in the sense we have a property called display. In that display, I have to apply a value for display which is called as grid or inline grid. Grid or inline grid. Based on this, I'm going to apply the properties. Understood? If I want to develop a grid container, I have a property called display. Based on that display, I'm going to then generate the grid. What are the values you can apply for display to display in the format of grid? In the sense we can apply grid or inline grid. Okay, I can apply grid or inline grid. Okay, now I'll show code for you people how to make use of it. Grid. Notepad. See here in the style part what I have done here, you can check it out. Just I have taken one class. In that what I have written display grid. I have another one, the property which is known as grid template columns. For that columns I have specified the auto width. and padding which are given 10 pixels. Okay. In the item, if I have an item, in that item, border is equal to 1 pixel solid, padding is equal to 10 pixels, font size is equal to 20 pixels I have specified. Okay, where grid container has been applied for whole complete web page. Grid container has been applied on complete web page. Why? Because you can check it out. This grid class is equal to grid container. This has been given for one division. Suppose we have the division width is some 500 pixels to 600 pixels also we can apply it. Okay. Next, dot grid hyphen item. This will be applied only for your data. This will be applied only for your data. Okay, you can check it out here. Grid item, where class is equal to grid item, which has been given for your item itself, in the sense the data which you are representing in that particular box. Where container, whole complete division. Okay, now I'll run it. Kindly have a look on it. This is your grid. Understood? Clear? If I want to create another one row, just what you have to do in the sense, just you copy paste these three divs. Control V. Okay, now what is going to be happen? You check it out here. F5. Now another one row will be generated. Is it clear for everyone? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll stop the class here and I'll continue in the next class, but don't leave the class. Okay, thank you.